I guess in lieu of a one-liner, I'm going to tell a story.
Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't really have a punchline, so it's got to be fun, right?
They're the best jokes.
Yeah. Well, it's not really a joke. This happened to me yesterday. I was supposed to do a gig in Captain America's. Those of you who listen to the show regularly,
Red Skull's Cave.
Yeah, in Red Skull's Cave in Captain America's. Red Skull thwarted us again. I'll tell you. I turned up to the gig at 8:30, and it was due to start at 9, and no one was there. So I descended into Red Skull's Cave, and got my stuff ready, and I went to the bar to get a pint, to wait for everyone, and this really awkward moment happened where I got the pint was poured, I had the pint, I paid for the pint, and then I said, this comedy gig, it's when are people showing up, what's the story, who's organising it, and the gig's off, it's cancelled, and I was like, oh, it's definitely cancelled, yeah, no, sorry, and this pint, I don't really want it. If no one's coming, then I'm gonna leave, and then we kind of just stared at each other and we're like, well, I don't want the pint, and he's like, pour the pint. So I decided, okay, and I took it and I brought it back down to my table and I sat there. I was like, fuck, I have to drink this pint now on my own in Red Skull's Cave, and then I literally take one sip and he comes over and is like, oh yeah, I just thought it'd be really good if I gave you the money. Oh, you've started the pint. And then it is really awkward to say, do you want the pint? And I said, well, no, I made my feelings clear on this, but I've started the pint, and it kind of weird jostling, and basically the punchline of the story is I looked like a loner sitting in Red Skull's Cave, downing a pint in 5 minutes and quickly scuttling out. So Red Skull thwarted us again.
Oh, it's
here.
Yeah, I've actually had nothing but good experiences there.
Yeah.
I did one gig there and it went really well, but everyone else seems to have had horrible times. So
it's not as interesting a story, James. Gotta be honest.
Yeah, same thing.
So the other day, something went all right. Something mediocre happened. I saw a hedge. It was great. Are you guys readying a sketch, or should we play something else to let you prepare?
I reckon play something else.
Okay.
We've had to do a lot of rearranging.
Some might say we should learn these off.
Yeah.
Really? Those people would be liars.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
When we carry the laptop on stage, it's pretty off-putting, but it works.
Thanks for David O'Doherty.
Just before, it's good news. I think again we're not broadcasting, so that's at least we're keeping consistent.
Score.
Yeah. So if you can hear us, let us know, because it's really quite annoying at this stage. But I think we're gonna have what are we gonna have now, James?
I've got a song from the Axis of Awesome. So here we go.
G'day everyone, I'm Jordan. I'm Lee. And we are the Axis of Awesome. It's lovely to be here for you wonderful people.
So my name's Benny.
Oh yes, that's Benny. Now look folks, we've been a rock and roll comedy sensation for 40 years now. And look, in that time, we've released a lot of great albums.
We've released a lot of albums.
Yeah. Look, one of those albums is this.
The Axis of Awesome presents songs that you can sing along to. A classic collection of hits and favourites guaranteed to get your toes a tapping and your lips a slapping. So hey, why not gather your family around the jukebox and get ready to sing along to your favourite sing-along songs. Everyone knows the words to this classic from Manfred Mann.
Blinded by the light, red up like a juice in the night.
Who could forget the words to this hit from the Rolling Stones?
Hey, you, get off of my cloud. Don't hang around, I'm not gonna them now.
Everyone at your party will be articulating with utter clarity to this catchy number from Blur.
Woo! And I feel like I'm his own. Do you know me though? Do you know don't fix it? Oh, for the dark, but the never show for the blitz get the fix it.
You're guaranteed to know the words to at least one of these songs.
I lick it boom boom now. I lick it boom boom now.
copy now to receive a free bonus disc with such classic tracks as Smells Like and That's One But Had Another For You Had a Pigeon, as well as every song by Bob Dylan.
Reading basement, reading medicine, reading government, reading protest. Hurricane.
To order your copy, call 191-36742. Now. Call now.
So that was an Axis of Awesome with songs to sing along to. And now we're going to move straight into a sketch by No Pants Thursday. Gentlemen, take it away.
Clonakilty Garda Station? Right, so we'll be down as soon as possible. Right, lads, there's a spot of trouble down in the pub. They want us to sort it out.
Did you not hear him?
Huh?
Bit of trouble in Murphy's, drunk and disorderly stuff.
Yeah, man, you guys can go if you want.
There'll be drink driving and all. There'll be a laugh.
Yeah, drink driving's just, so mainstream. I prefer, drug busts, that sort of thing.
What, like coke and hash steakhouse?
Nah, the other stuff. Foreign drugs, more minimalistic stuff. Dadaistic. It's pretty deck, yeah. It's pretty obscure. You probably haven't heard of it.
So you're just going to sit in your arse while we're calming out the locals? Right, so?
Well, when we've gone, don't eat all the new limited edition hobnobs. And we're running low on berries, so if you use the last of it, will you replace it?
I've got Oolong Green Jasmine of my own. And don't worry about the new hobnobs. Just
Alright,
the music.
Of course, he prefers the early stuff.
Fuck's sake, do you know he had his uniform custom made to look retro?
You're telling me his stab vest isn't even prescription. He just wears it for show.
Well, in his defence, I did see him handing out a few speeding tickets the other day.
I was doing that ironically. God.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't like this new breed in the force.
Calling themselves the avant-garde.
I love that because I'm from Clonakilty. I know all of the pubs intimately and there's no Murphy's, so it's kind
of...
We should have done research.
What's the name of a Clonakilty pub?
DeBarra's.
DeBarra's?
Oh god, yeah.
Okay.
I've been there.
DeBarra's is now our...
Breed's family are from there, aren't they?
Oh yes, Breed Kirby, yeah.
Oh,
Great radio chat there.
Yeah, that's classic.
Do you know the Murphys?
We see, normally when there's a song on, we plan what we're going to say next, but there's a sketch on and we couldn't plan anything because they're talking. So.
Well, I can tell you about the story that I
excellent.
have here.
Valerie's news. Da, 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 da.
The earlier aforementioned news story. Okay, so recently people have done a survey in America and they discovered that church is apparently bad for you. Can I get shocked? Sounds good. Yes, gentlemen, it is. God. Why? I hear you exclaim. The American Christians are apparently 50% more likely to be obese than non-church attending people. And the reason? Well, apparently people like to eat during sermons, and because the average sermon can take a few hours, that means they just sit in their asses and munch away. It's all a far cry from the traditional Irish Mass, of course, where the only thing you would get to eat would be a low-fat piece of communion wafer. Is it just me, or did those things always stick to the top of your throat until you had to spit it into your hand and hide it under the seat in front of you? I'm reading that directly from the paper, that's not me. But one American church, this was the interesting part there, has come up with an interesting way to combat obesity in their flock. Pole dancing. Yes, this is a true story. A church in Texas has come up with pole fitness for Jesus, which sees parishioners literally pole dancing to Christian evangelical music. So there's your excuse, like the next time your missus goes through your wallet and finds receipts for pole dancing club, you can lawfully tell her that you're merely exploring your faith in deeper detail. That's all the news we have to see there.
Excellent.
Do they have their poles in specific shapes, like one vertical pole, one slightly shorter, but like horizontal pole?
Like a lowercase t?
Fantastic.
Just got a text from Jesus. He said he's all up for it. And mass is good for you. So.
Is there any typical American, churches where it's like, you have to combine McDonald's and church?
Grant, we have another song or something?
I have a sketch ready to go from Mitchell and Webb. It's the story of how The Apprentice first came to be.
The sales task is over, and both teams have made massive profits with their sensible ideas.
So, well done, everyone. Unfortunately, the format requires that one of you be fired. Obviously, that's a complete departure from what would really happen. I wouldn't be a millionaire if I fired a 15th of my workforce every week. Just to help me out, does anyone want to pointlessly lie or try and take credit for something they didn't do?
No.
Worth a try. OK, I'll fire the fat one. Sorry. As you can see, it's just not working.
It's a shame. I thought it'd be interesting to watch talented business people competing for a prestigious job.
I wonder, maybe that's the problem.
Go on.
Well, how would it be if instead it was idiots competing for a relatively junior job?
Idiots?
Yeah. We deliberately pick 16 idiots, real idiots, arseholes as well. And then we get to watch them screw everything up. It'll be brilliant.
But if it's so obvious from the start that they're idiots, surely everyone will just expect them to screw everything up, so what's the point?
The point is that everyone will think that they're the only person to have noticed that the contestants are all idiots. And I've got a hunch that for some reason, people will think that this never stops being worth commenting upon.
What about the prize? I mean, in the pilot, it was a £1 million job. We can't give £1 million to an idiot. That's what the lottery's for.
So, what's the smallest large amount of money? You know, the sort of amount that an idiot would consider it worth totally humiliating himself for.
It's 100 grand. The smallest large amount of money is 100 grand.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think I can see it working. But surely only for one series. I mean, once people can see that all the contestants are idiots, no one will want to apply.
Idiots will. In fact, it'll make the application process a lot easier, because we'll only get idiots.
So it's coverage of idiots behaving idiotically for an audience of idiots.
Not just an audience of idiots. There'll be a lot of other people who flatter themselves they're watching with a sense of irony and in some way haven't been taken in.
And remind me, how do these ironic non-idiots show up in the ratings?
They show up the same, my friend. They show up just the same.
So that was Mitchell and Webb with The Apprentice. Now we're going to have a sketch from No Pants Thursday in a minute, but first Ciarán has some headlines he wants to talk about.
Maybe we could banter around about the... have you ever heard of a website called The Exploding Cigar? Is anyone familiar with that?
I'm afraid with Ace of Exploding Cigar,
Yeah.
not the website.
No.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah. Well, it's more just silly headlines. One here: thief thwarted with frozen ham. What could that be? You know. Apparently, a thief was in a restaurant and the restaurant owner smacked him in the face with a frozen ham.
Oh.
So that's
Are these real news stories?
Yeah, I think so, because the next one was Matt Damon and wife expecting a baby. Now,
Hilarious
That's a big comedy.
Yeah. And so I don't exactly see how that
It's
works.
like the opposite of The Onion.
Yeah, kind of.
You mean an actual news site?
This is going on in the news.
We've got one here. India develops curry hand grenade. Now that's got to be pretty dodgy. And my favourite here is man faces prison for attacking boy with a hedgehog. A 27-year-old man faces possible 5 years in prison after attacking a 15-year-old boy with a hedgehog. The man threw the animal from around 15 feet away and hit the youngster on the leg. The boy suffered a large red welt and puncture marks. It's not yet clear whether the man's actions resulted in the death of the hedgehog. So it's pretty serious stuff there.